Lakers Nation, gather around, because what I'm about to tell you could completely change the way you see this upcoming season. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. We're talking about a transformation that's already shocking fans, leaving critics speechless, and putting the rest of the league on notice. It's about Luka Doncic, and the unexpected role LeBron James played in pushing him to finally reach a new level of conditioning. Now, let's rewind for a second. For years, Luka has been one of the most talented players in the NBA. His vision, his scoring ability, his leadership on the floor, nobody ever questioned that. But there was always one thing that came up: his conditioning. We all saw it. In the playoffs last season, Luka was dominant offensively, yes, but defensively, things were different. Time and time again, players would blow past him. He looked gassed, drained, and at moments it even seemed like he just didn't have the legs to keep up. The talent was there, the heart was there, but the body wasn't. Critics called him out. Analysts debated whether he could ever carry a team through a grueling NBA season if he didn't make real changes. Even fans who loved him wondered, when would Luka take conditioning seriously? And now, it looks like that time has finally come. Because the Luka Doncic we're seeing today looks different. His body looks sharper. His movement is quicker. His energy, it's on another level. And according to one of the Lakers' own coaches, we can thank LeBron James for that. Yes, you heard that right. The King himself has been a massive influence in Luka's transformation. Lakers assistant coach Greg St. Jean, who also works closely with Luka on the Slovenian national team, revealed exactly what's been going on behind the scenes. He said, and I quote, "Iron sharpens iron. When you're around great players, you can't help but want to be better." Luka has picked up habits from every superstar he's been around. And LeBron, he's someone Luka has always admired. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about admiration from a distance. Luka has had a front row seat to LeBron's legendary work ethic. And what he saw changed everything. Think about this. LeBron James, at 40 years old, is still one of the most physically dominant players in the NBA. That doesn't happen by accident. That comes from years of discipline, from waking up earlier than everyone else, from putting in hours that most players simply aren't willing to do. Coach St. Jean revealed something that stuck with Luka. LeBron is up at 5 in the morning, working on his body. 5 in the morning. Day after day. Year after year. That's the kind of discipline that makes you a legend. And Luka, he saw that. He felt that energy. And it pushed him to make a change of his own. Now, here's where it gets exciting for Lakers fans. Luka entering the season in peak condition is great news. But let's be honest, the real test is not how you start. It's how you finish. The Lakers know that for Luka to be at his absolute best, he needs to keep this level of conditioning all season long, straight into the playoffs. Because that's when the real battles are fought. And let's not forget, since arriving in Los Angeles, Luka Doncic has already been putting up monster numbers: 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game. Shooting nearly 44% from the field and close to 38% from three-point range. Those numbers are already elite. But imagine what happens if he sustains his energy for an entire season. Imagine what happens if he still has gas left in the tank when the playoffs roll around. That's the version of Luka Doncic that could push the Lakers back into championship territory. That's the version of Luka that the NBA is not ready for. So here's the question, Lakers Nation. Can Luka really keep this up? Can he take what he learned from LeBron, apply it every single day, and carry that into the most important moments of the season? If he does, then this team could be one of the most dangerous in the league. Because with Luka at full strength, and with LeBron still proving to the world that even at 40, he's not done yet, the Lakers have the kind of 1-2 punch that could shake up the entire NBA. This isn't just about conditioning. This is about mindset. This is about leadership. This is about greatness inspiring greatness. And right now, Lakers fans, you're watching it happen in real time. So buckle up. Because if Luka Doncic has truly turned the corner, this season might just be one for the history books. We're diving straight into the heart of the most heated conversation in basketball history, the battle for the title of the GOAT. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around until the end, because the answer given by one Lakers legend might shock you. For decades, the NBA community has been split. On one side, you've got fans who have followed LeBron James every step of the way, from his explosive entrance into the league in Cleveland, to his championships in Miami, and now to his iconic run in purple and gold with the Los Angeles Lakers. For these fans, LeBron isn't just a superstar. He's the standard, the benchmark of greatness, the face of an entire generation. But standing across from him in this endless debate is Michael Jordan. MJ, a name that sends chills through the basketball world. His 6 championships, his flawless finals record, the aura he carried every time he stepped on the court, for millions, Jordan remains untouchable. His story, his dominance, his legend, they speak for themselves. And just when you thought the conversation couldn't get any more intense, Magic Johnson, yes, Magic Johnson, one of the greatest Lakers of all time, stepped into the discussion. It happened during an appearance at Dodger Stadium. Magic was speaking to fans, sharing his thoughts, and answering questions from the media when someone asked him a simple but powerful question. Who is the greatest player in NBA history? Now, you'd think maybe Magic, as a proud Lakers icon, would lean toward LeBron. After all, LeBron is the current leader of the franchise Magic helped build into a dynasty. But that's not what happened. Magic didn't hesitate. He didn't dance around the question. He gave his answer directly, and his words sent shockwaves through the basketball world. I would have to say Michael Jordan, Magic declared. We haven't seen anybody do the things Michael could do. He was physically gifted, he was smart, he was unstoppable. And after him, I would put 2 Lakers, LeBron James and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But Michael, I would say, is the greatest. And you've also got to include Bill Russell, because when you win 11 championships, you have to be in that conversation. There's no question about it. Let's pause right here. Think about what Magic just said. Michael Jordan at the very top. Then LeBron James. Then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And don't forget Bill Russell. That's Magic Johnson's personal hierarchy. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Magic isn't just another former player giving his take from the sidelines. He's someone who lived through the era of Michael Jordan. He went toe-to-toe with him. He saw the way Jordan dominated the game up close. And let's not forget, Magic and Jordan were teammates on the legendary Dream Team in 1992, the greatest collection of basketball talent the world has ever seen. Magic saw with his own eyes how Jordan rose above everyone else, even in a group of all-time legends. So, when Magic says Jordan is number 1, it carries weight. It carries history. It carries experience. But here's the catch. Not everyone is going to be happy with his words. LeBron fans, especially those in Los Angeles, are going to feel a certain way about this. Think about it. Magic Johnson, the face of Showtime, a man who bleeds Lakers purple and gold, is putting Michael Jordan above LeBron James, the player who currently wears the Lakers crown. You can already imagine the headlines. Magic disrespects LeBron? Is Magic Johnson throwing shade? The sports talk shows are going to feast on this. But let's slow down for a second. Was Magic really disrespecting LeBron? I don't think so. In fact, the opposite. He gave LeBron his flowers. He ranked him number 2 all-time. Out of every player in the history of the NBA, Magic believes LeBron is second only to Jordan. That's not shade, that's respect on the highest level. And don't forget Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, another Lakers legend, who Magic placed right after LeBron. Kareem's dominance, his scoring record, his longevity, it all earned him that spot in Magic's top 3. And of course, the mention of Bill Russell shows that Magic respects winning above all. 11 rings. Nobody else comes close. What this really feels like is not disrespect, but a generational divide. Magic represents the era where Michael Jordan reigned supreme. For him, MJ is etched in stone as the greatest of all time. Younger fans, though, who grew up watching LeBron, might see things differently. And that's the beauty of this debate. It never ends, because greatness means different things to different people. But make no mistake, the timing of Magic's comments is going to add fuel to the fire. As LeBron continues to push toward the end of his career, still performing at a high level at age 40, the comparisons to Jordan are only going to intensify. Every game, every milestone, every playoff run adds another layer to this conversation. So here's where we stand. Magic Johnson's GOAT list looks like this. Number 1. Michael Jordan. Number 2. LeBron James. Number 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And of course, Bill Russell right in the mix with his 11 championships. And now, Lakers Nation, the question is yours. Do you agree with Magic Johnson? Is Jordan really still the GOAT? Or has LeBron done enough to claim that crown for himself? One thing is certain. Magic just poured gasoline on the fire of the greatest debate in basketball history. Right now, whispers are spreading across the league. The Lakers, yes, the same Lakers who just recently committed to building around Luka Doncic as their centerpiece, are suddenly being linked to one of the boldest trade scenarios we've seen in years. According to reports, the Miami Heat are preparing an offer that would bring LeBron James back to South Beach. And not only LeBron. In some versions of this deal, Bronny James, his own son, could be included in the package. So, what exactly would this blockbuster look like? Here's the core of the deal. The Miami Heat would send Jamie Jaquez Jr., Andrew Wiggins, and a future first-round pick to Los Angeles. In exchange, the Lakers would send LeBron James, and possibly Bronny, to Miami. There could be smaller role players added to balance contracts, but the main moving pieces are clear. Now, let's pause right here. The idea of the Lakers trading away LeBron James, even at age 40, sounds almost unthinkable. He's not just a superstar. He's the face of the franchise, the anchor of their brand, and one of the greatest players the game has ever seen. But here's the reality. In the NBA, timing is everything. And sometimes, the hardest decisions can open the door to the biggest opportunities. For the Lakers, the advantages of this trade are not as crazy as they first appear. Think about it. They would get younger, more athletic, and more versatile. Jamie Jaquez Jr. is a developing two-way player with tremendous upside. Andrew Wiggins, while not the star he once was projected to be, is still a proven scorer and defender who has championship experience. Add in a future first-round pick, and suddenly the Lakers have flexibility to rebuild or retool on the fly. This wouldn't just be a trade for players, it would be a signal. A signal that the Lakers are turning the page on the LeBron era and starting to shape a new chapter built on youth, energy, and long-term vision. If Luka Doncic is the foundation in Los Angeles, this kind of deal could be about surrounding him with depth and balance to chase the next dynasty. But let's flip it around. Why would the Miami Heat take this gamble? The answer is simple. They want to win now. And who better to supercharge their championship window than the same man who already delivered 2 titles to Miami? LeBron James knows the system, knows the culture, knows the leadership. For the Heat, bringing him back would be about more than basketball. It would be about rekindling the fire of their past glory. And if Bronny James is part of the package, that takes the storyline to another level. Imagine the headlines. Father and son, side by side, wearing Miami Heat jerseys, chasing history together. That's not just basketball, that's a once-in-a-lifetime narrative. But let's step into LeBron's shoes for a moment. What does this trade mean for him personally? At this stage of his career, the clock is ticking. He's already cemented his legacy, but the chance to add one more chapter, one more championship, could be irresistible. Going back to Miami means chasing another finals appearance with a franchise that knows how to win. It means motivation. It means a stronger supporting cast than the transitioning Lakers. And, perhaps most importantly, it means the possibility of sharing the floor with his son, something no legend has ever done at this level. Still, we can't ignore what this would mean for the other players involved. For Jamie Jaquez Jr., a move to Los Angeles would catapult him into one of the NBA's biggest spotlights. In a city that lives and breathes basketball, his growth and performance would be magnified like never before. For Andrew Wiggins, this would be a chance to re-establish himself as a reliable two-way force, playing alongside superstars and competing for championships once again. But let's be real, no blockbuster trade comes without risks. On the pro side, the Lakers would gain youth, depth, and future assets. The Heat would add a finals-tested superstar. LeBron would get another shot at a title. And both Jaquez Jr. and Wiggins would benefit from fresh opportunities. On the con side, though, the Lakers would lose their franchise icon, their centerpiece, the man who has carried them for years. The Heat would be sacrificing youth and a valuable draft pick. Chemistry could take time. And the pressure on the new Lakers core would be enormous. So what happens if this trade actually goes through? The ripple effects would be massive. For the Lakers, it would mark the end of an era. No more LeBron. No more reliance on a superstar in his 40s. Instead, a pivot toward the future. For the Heat, it would reignite championship ambitions and give fans a sense of déjà vu as LeBron puts the jersey back on. For LeBron himself, it could be the perfect final act to one of the greatest careers in sports history. The NBA thrives on moments like this. Moments that change everything, that make fans stop and say, "Did that really just happen?" And whether this trade remains just a rumor or becomes reality, one thing is certain: the entire basketball world will be watching. Because if LeBron James and possibly Bronny head to Miami, while the Lakers reload with youth, depth, and picks, the 2025-26 season won't just be exciting. It'll be historic.